It's currently springtime, which is my favorite season for being in Paris, so I'm gonna share some of that magic with you. So hi, my name is Jenny. I am a creative expat living in Paris and I'm currently working on my first novel. If you are an aspiring writer or someone who would love to come to Paris to write, maybe this will give you some inspiration. Hello, it's Sunday afternoon. I'm just about to leave for my yoga class that I have to go teach. I had one writing session this morning and I got to 39,000 words. But I really want to get to 40k by the end of the day. So I'm gonna go teach my class, come back, try to have another writing session, get those 1,000 words out the way, and then that will be my base for the week. I do have to do a couple of things this coming week. I have to work on my French CV, my portfolio, look up a couple of more places I want to apply to for my alternance, for my master's. I need to go pick up my C1 certificate and I need to revise for my yin exam. So it's a couple of things to take care of, but I'm gonna take you along and we'll see where I get to. I made it 40k. I'm very excited. Though I cheated a little bit in the end because I just have a bunch of bullet points and notes, but those will be transformed into actual sentences, which is part of the writing. So I didn't actually cheat. It's quite a milestone because normally a book has between 70 to 100,000 words. So I'm halfway through, more or less. And it's funny because I've had this whole entire outline plan with all these characters and scenes mapped out, and as I write, there are all these new characters and scenes popping up out of nowhere. I'm just trying to go along with that, get to trust the process. I just finished reading Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott yesterday, which is a book that I highly recommend if you're a writer, because it just feels like a hug. You know, she just validates your experiences and she confirms that writing is hard, man. It's some days it just flows and other days you're just really stuck. And it's not writer's block per se. It's not like you're just sitting there staring at a blank page. It's just everything that comes out just doesn't seem that great. But then you go back the next day or even just after a little break and it's fine. It's all part of it. It's a really magical, beautiful thing actually to be able to write and to be able to create worlds that don't exist and kind of make them almost tangible, writing them. You know, so that's where I'm at right now in my writer journey. Hello, good morning. It's Monday morning. It's a little later than I had planned, but you know what? It's okay. We're going with the flow. I was gonna walk to this library. I got a little inspired because I read that Stephen King, whose books I haven't read actually, maybe I should change that, but I read that he normally goes on like a 1 hour walk every morning before he sits down and writes. So I was thinking about everything that is in a 1 hour radius from me, and there's a lot, like a lot. It is Monday though, so a lot of the places I would normally go to or have gone to before are closed, but there's one library that I've been wanting to check out for a really long time, so I'm gonna go there. I might just take the metro to go and then walk back instead because I'm a little impatient to get started. And it's crazy because I have deleted my Instagram. It's been maybe a week now and my screen time has gone down to like 3 hours-ish a day, which is pretty good for me. I'm really trying to stay away from my phone. Hello, we are back. I was working at La Mazarine today, which is this gorgeous library. It's part of the Institut de France. You can just go there for free. Well, you can go there for free to visit, and then if you want to work, you can get a 5-day pass for free, which is what I got. But for like a year, it's 15 euros if you wanted to go there regularly. And when you go in there, you get a seat number and a little placemat assigned. And then on that placemat, you're supposed to put your laptop on and everything. They do not allow any drinking or eating in the library, which I initially thought was going to be really annoying, but it actually helped me to just stay on track. I was in there for a couple of hours. I got about 1,500 to 2,000 words in. It's just nice being surrounded by all these old books, but I didn't feel too comfortable just walking around because there are so many people just sitting there and working. But because everyone is working, you know, you also just work and it's silent and it's nice. I'm glad I did that today. And then after that, I just walked home. I did stop at Canal Saint-Martin for a little bit of journaling because the sun was out and it was just really pretty. So I stayed there for a bit and I walked home. I picked up a new journal on the way because I need a new journal. I treated myself to some Pantone merch. But yeah, I'm excited to be journaling in that tomorrow. So now I'm probably gonna meditate for a bit and then work on my French CV. But yeah, that was today. Well, hello, it's Tuesday afternoon. I just finished getting ready and having some lunch. I did some writing for my apartment this morning, so I added another 1,500 words. So I hit 43k this morning, which is good. I think that's a sustainable pace for me to just be aiming for a minimum of 1,000 words every day. And then, you know, little by little, we'll get there. Because at this point, it's not even about inspiration. I know what I need to get down and get out. I just need to make the time to sit down and find enough energy to sustain myself through those times. But I have to go and pick up a parcel. I don't know what went wrong, but it got delivered to a place that's like 20 or 30 minutes walking from here. There is a nearby cafe I was maybe gonna check out, but honestly, I'm not feeling it. So I'll probably just go there, pick it up, and then maybe spend a bit more time in the park or by the water, depending on how warm it actually feels. Hello, it's Wednesday afternoon. I just got back. I did something stupid last night. I was editing the video that you're watching right now, and I accidentally stayed up until 3 a.m. Yeah, we're not gonna do that again. But I just got back. I was writing from my apartment this morning for a little bit, and then after lunch, I went out to a peniche, which is a barge, and I just got myself a coffee and sat on the deck and soaked up some sun. It's 16 degrees out currently, so that's really nice. However, whenever the sun is gone, it's just freezing cold. I got another 1,000-ish words in, though right now the part that I'm writing, it's very blurry. So I basically know my starting point. I know where I want to go to, but the path is not very clear. So I'm just kind of fighting my way through. But then on the way, kind of the parts that were there in the beginning make more sense. So I'm currently jumping back and forth all the time and trying to resolve things so everything makes sense. It's a bit of a challenge, but I'm committed to get through this and hopefully it will all tie together in the end. I went to the boulangerie and I treated myself to a little pain au chocolat that I'm gonna have in a bit. I have about an hour before I need to leave for my ballet class. Hello, it's Thursday. Can't believe the week is almost over, but I just finished filming a podcast episode. You can see my little setup here in the background. But that took a lot of energy and it took a lot longer than I thought it would, and I'm really tired now. I haven't done any writing at all today, which is sad, but I needed to prioritize this, and I was gonna go to a writer's meetup that I go to every week, but I still need to take some headshots for my CV, and I need to take some extra photos, some self-portraits, because my model agent reached out and they wanted to update my book. So I think I have to prioritize that. And then in terms of writing, I think what I need to do is I need to review the last entire part that I wrote, and I need to kind of create a map so everything makes sense, because it's very blurry, like I explained before. And I think I just need to sit down and get that done so it's out the way, and then I know where we're heading to. So we'll see if I manage to do this all today. I should also start putting together Yoga Flow tonight, which I'm not teaching until Saturday, but I don't think I'm gonna have loads of time tomorrow, so I'm gonna try and cram it all in. Let's see if I manage to. We made it to Friday. What a week, what a day. It was so chaotic today. So I went to the other side of Paris this morning to go pick up my DELF C1 certificate from the Sorbonne. And before that, I met up with my friend Teresa for some co-working and some lunch, which was really cute. And I had previously checked an email that said the office is open on Friday afternoons. And then I go to the office at the Sorbonne and I see a sign that says the office is closed on Friday afternoons, which means I have to go back there next week. But after that, I decided to walk all the way back, which means I have to cross the entirety of Paris, which I hadn't done yet. That was on my bucket list. So I did that today. I think it took like 1.5 hours-ish. I stopped in between because there was a really beautiful park with cherry blossoms and magnolias, and I just had to spend a little time there. Spring is in the air. Gotta smell the flowers. And then I was in Montmartre and I passed by an Emmaüs, which is a thrift store. So I went in and I picked up these Minelli derbies, which are super pretty. I need to shine them up a bit, and I need to get an insole because they're a little bit too big. And then I picked up some groceries on the way back, and at the checkout they had all the flowers on sale, and who am I to say no to flowers? So I got myself some flowers. I don't own a vase, so glass bottles is where it's at. Now I have to get back to work. I still have to work on a yoga flow and prepare a private class tomorrow. And then I'll have to do some more portfolio work. I'm done with my CV. I need to finish editing some photos, send some things off, and I still need to write. I haven't written anything today, but I was listening to the Arctic Monkeys on my way back today on my long walk, which is in preparation for figuring out one of my characters. So I felt like I worked on it, but I haven't written, and I'd love to get to 45k. So we'll see if I manage to do that. But I think I'm gonna end my vlog here. So I hope you enjoyed spending this almost week with me. Let me know, please, what you thought. It was really fun, actually, and I think it really helped me let go of perfectionism a little bit. It actually made me remember what I did throughout the week, which is normally not the case. But there we go, voila. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.